Good day to each and everyone. My name is Nina Felia J. Puracho. I am from BEd2 Block 4, and today we're going to discuss or tackle about what are the categories of exceptionalities among children and youth with special needs. So when we talk about categories, it would come with multiple numbers, right? So here is the 9 categories of exceptionalities. So let's start with the first one. First one is called mental retardation. So mental retardation refers to substantial limitations in present functioning. It is characterized by significantly sub-average intellectual functioning existing concurrently with related limitations in two or more of the following applicable adaptive skills areas such as communication, self-care, home living, social skills, community use, self-direction, health and safety, functional academics, leisure and work, and also it manifests before age 18. And the most common example of this is the Down syndrome. It is common cause of this is the mental retardation. So the next one is giftedness and talent. So giftedness and talent refers to high performance in intellectual, creative, or artistic areas, unusual leadership capacity. So this refers to the traits of above average general abilities, high level task, commitment, and creativity. So giftedness and talent, it means a child has a high capacity of abilities like creativity and ability to learn. Ang example na is kanang mga pas-pas maka-learn or kanang sobras ka bright. Example of this is those students who learn more quickly and independently than most students their own age. So let's have the third one. It's called specific learning disability. Specific learning disability is a disorder in one or more of the basic psychological processes involved in understanding or in using language spoken or written. Sorry. So specific learning disability is may manifest itself in an imperfect ability to listen, think, speak, write, spell, or to do mathematical calculations. So, itong mga students na maglisod o paminaw, storya, or huna-huna, mo ni gitawag og specific learning disability. Na sila specific nga kung asa na sila maglisod. So examples of this is those children with difficulty with spelling, grammar, punctuation, or age organization. So the fourth is called emotional and behavioral disorder. This means a condition exhibiting one or more of the following characteristics over a long period of time and to a marked degree. So, emotional and behavioral disorder could be described if that student is having an inability to learn, which cannot be explained by intellectual, sensory, and health factors. And second one is the tendency to develop physical symptoms of or fears associated with personal or school problems. An example sa emotional and behavioral disorder is those having eating disorders, learning disorders, or panic disorders. So, so the fifth one is called speech and language disorder. So this exists when the impact that a communication pattern has on a person's life meets any of one of the following. So the first one is the person is placed at a learning disadvantage. Second is there is negative impact on the person's emotional growth. Muna siya if na siya speech and language disorder. And napalay isa, the problem causes physical damage or endanger the health of two persons. Example sa speech and language disorder is those children that stutter nga murag mabulol when they speak or with articulation errors. Maglisod silang articulate og sentence nga ilang iingon. So, mo na gitawag og speech and from the word speech and language disorder. Maglisod sila og gamag sentence when they try to speak. Let's have number 6. So, it's called hearing impairment. So, from the word hearing impairment, familiar na siya. It is common these days. And this is a generic term that includes hearing disabilities ranging from mild to profound. So, a person who is deaf is not able to use hearing and understand speech but may perceive some sounds. So, ang deaf is dili siya ka dungog kaayo pero makakuha na siya sounds gihapon na siya madungan di jud totally nga wala di siya madungog sa gamay. And the hearing loss is great to allow a deaf person to understand speech through the ears alone. And a person who is hard of hearing has a significant hearing loss that makes some special adaptations necessary. So the examples of this about hearing impairment is those who find it hard to follow conversation when 2 or more people are talking. Maglisod sila paminaw og duha na katawo lang katbang nga gastorya. Maglisod sila og sabot. Yan na ang hearing impairment. And 7 is students with visual impairment. So ganiha is hearing impairment which means pandungog, and now we're having the visual impairment, so pananaw o panglantaw. So it displays a wide range of visual disabilities from total blindness to relatively good residual or remaining vision. So na may level sa visual impairment. So may uban hanap pag pananaw. First level siguro is kanang hanap pa siya pananaw. So klaro pa siya man may uban magnidog sa amin. Nilog ay glasses. And until to the total blindness kanang itom na jud like wala sila makita. So a child who is blind is totally without sight or has so little vision where he or she learns primarily through the other senses. A child with low vision is able to learn through the visual channel and generally learns to read print. So examples of this is those who are having low vision or cataract. The 8 is called physical impairment. Physical impairment is from the word physical, so na siya sa lawas. Maybe orthopedic impairments that involves the skeletal systems, the bones, joints, limbs, and associated muscles are included. So, this involves the nervous system affecting ability to move, use, feel, or control certain parts of the body. And the last one is called the term severe disabilities. So it is generally encompass individuals with severe and profound disabilities in intellectual, physical, and social functioning. Because of the intensity, their physical, mental, or emotional problems, or a combination of such problems, children and youth with severe disabilities include those who are seriously emotionally disturbed, such as schizophrenic or kanang mga bata nga naay disorder like called schizophrenia, if you are familiar with that one. So ang examples of this are the student or children who are having seizures, cerebral palsy, sensory loss, or scoliosis. One na siya example sa mga severe disabilities. So, labels and names that were derogatory were used in the past to describe people with physical disabilities, mental retardation, and behavior problems. These demeaning terms that are not used anymore are called moron, idiot, fool, mute, and dumb. These are the unacceptable and or inappropriate to describe persons with disabilities. So, let's have it here. Is it correct to use disability category labels? So, there are 2 points of view regarding the use of labels to describe children and youth with disabilities. And the first point of view frowns on labeling these children as mentally retarded, learning disabled, emotionally disturbed, socially maladapted, blind, deaf, or physically disabled, and negative labels cause the spread phenomenon to ferment the mind of the able persons. The disability word comes the major influence in the development of preconceived ideas that tend to be negative, such as helplessness, dependence, and doomed to a life or hopelessness. Even if they have disabilities, they are still human beings who have some physical and psychological needs like us, like normal or person without disabilities. So they need to belong and to be loved and to be useful. So the second point of view is it is necessary to use workable disability labels or category in order to describe the exceptional learning needs for a systematic provision of special education services. Nevertheless, decades of research and debates on the issue have not been arrived at any conclusive resolution of the prevailing problem. So, until now, wala pa resolution or wa pa na fix nga kuan if dapat bang mutawag sa mga disability nga names or category label. So, that's all and God bless.